What's good, everybody? Time for a DL short. You guys know I love music. I've been around music my whole life. I have family members who are top tier musicians. I have family members who have just God given ability. They can sing and perform. I mean, you have levels to music. You have those people who can. There are people out there who can just walk up to a drum set and just be able to play, or pick up a recorder and be able to play their favorite tunes. Get them, put them in front of a piano, and they can figure out how to play whatever they want. They just kind of take the music. There's just people like that, like savant types, right? A little bit, but they never go beyond that. You got people who just they can pick up a guitar and play, whatever they like to play at the bonfire, or like to play, when people are hanging out. You got those people. Then you got people who take it a step further. And it's like they really learn to read music. They understand theory. They play multiple instruments. They join bands, they join orchestras, and that sort of thing. And people who like they're really good at it, but they still have other careers, but they can still sit down and I don't know, like at a subway station, there's a piano there and they can sit there and play some really good stuff. And then you have those people who become professional musicians and they really study music to the point where they can break it all the way down. It's like the scientists, study science. Music is their science. And some of these people are like extremely good. And then you have people like Chad Smith, who sees music the way Neo sees the code of the Matrix. I've rarely seen these type people. I've been lucky enough to come across a couple. But now we have this technology. We have YouTube. We have the internet. You get to see this in real time. Chad Smith is just one of those musicians. He's not a master musician. He's a grand master musician. If to make a Star Wars analogy, if musicians were Jedi, Chad Smith would be Yoda, Grand Master Yoda. Like the dude. So what am I talking about? So Drumeo has this thing where they bring in drummers and they'll play songs that the drummers never heard, and they'll take the drum tracks out and they'll just, it's like an experiment. Hey man, this is the song. Have you ever heard this song before? No, I've never heard it. They listen to a song without the drum track and they're just free to come up with whatever they want to come up with. Chad Smith has done some of these. He did 30 Seconds from Mars, never heard the song before, and he just tore it up. Let's listen to this real quick. And this is Drumeo. Shout out to them. They got Chad Smith. There are so many videos on this. Like there's millions and millions of views across thousands of like reaction channels and stuff like that. If you guys haven't seen this, I'll link it in the description below. Make sure you watch this entire thing. So this is Chad Smith, and he's sitting in studio at Drumeo. They're playing him the track, or they're about to play him the track. And you can just kind of see what happens, right? Let's check this out.
On to it and do my best, take a good musical stab at it and see if I can make sense out of it.
I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this song. It's a very, very, very popular tune. Now, what Chad is listening to has no drums. They're going to let you...
Oh, it's in 3.
So he's trying to figure out what the time is. And they're going to let you hear what he's hearing. This is what he's hearing. No drums. So he's just listening. He figures out it's in 3s. Some say 6, but it's definitely 3. And he's like, okay, so here he goes. All right. Just wanted to give you a taste of what he did. Now, for those of you guys who aren't musicians or people who don't never been around the studio or they've never really been witness to the creative process, man, look, it normally takes a really good musician, drummer, whatever. It normally takes them 3 or 4 passes just to get into a zone or a place where they're comfortable with the tune. I've never seen a drummer do what Chad Smith just did there. Not only did he play the song, never heard the song before, he's playing the tune. And here's the thing, it sounds almost identical to the way the song was recorded. Mind you, he'd never heard the song. A lot of people like, nah, man, there's people who react to this. They're like, bro, he heard that song. He heard the song. When they told him who the band was, he knew the band. He knew the band. He knew the leader of the band. He knew the guy that actually played the drums. But I'm telling you, Chad Smith had never heard this song before. I am convinced it's the first time he heard the song. And the reason I'm so convinced of this is because he understands music, not just musical theory and composition and all that kind of stuff, not just being able to figure out, standard time versus cut time versus 3/4 time or 6/8 time or whatever. This dude understands the language of music. So definitely I'm gonna put that one in the description below so you can watch it. But we're gonna react to is one that just released on Drumeo. This released about 16 hours ago, already has well over 500,000 views. What we're about to watch is the reason why I'm so confident that he's never heard these songs, because he did the same thing with a tune I'd never heard of. And I listen to a lot of music. I'd never heard this song. He never heard this song. And man, watch what he does with this thing. And the name of the band is, I think the name of the band is Bring Me the Horizon for the First Time. I think that's the name of the band, or maybe it might be the name of the song. I'm not sure which. But we're gonna listen to him do this thing. Now, mind you, the 30 Seconds from Mars, I think it's 30 Seconds from Mars, the clip we just watched a brief version of right there, that quick clip. The reason I wanted to show that to you guys up front is because he played that. He went through the whole tune, and then they do the reveal and they let him hear the song with the drums. And then he's like, oh, okay. And he was like, I was pretty much there. It was right, real close. And he was. I mean, it's actually, no offense to the band, but his rendition was way better. In my opinion, in my very humble opinion. But he played it and just listening to it, and then he's playing exactly what the other drummer was playing, just toying with it. And I'm like, you know what? This guy is truly a grandmaster. And people are like, I just can't believe that he caught this. And there was you had the main verses, they did 2 verses, then there was a bridge, and then it went to this other thing, and then it went to this thing, and it's like, I can't believe he did it. But when you go back and watch the video, you can see that he's actively listening while he's playing. And he's not playing timid either. He's playing. Like, he's powering through the song because that's what the song calls for. And at the same time, he's listening to what the vocals are doing. He's listening to what the other instruments are doing. And he's able to just bring it all together as the drummer. The drummer is the anchor to any band. Whether you were in a jazz band, a rock band, a R&B band, or a church band, the drums are the instruments, the instrument, the drummer holds it all together. Right? They just do. So I just was blown away by what we just saw. But let's watch this one and pay attention again. The song that the guys at Drumeo picked was a very difficult song. This tune, right, is not what you would normally hear, especially at that level. I mean, just tons of songs like that. And we're gonna get into it as we watch this thing. But even Chad Smith was like, well, you can see what he's playing, he's listening, he's like, what is this? But he's still right there. So let's check this out.
You're gonna give me another one? Oh, come on.
No.
Right,
You'll be
another
fine.
one.
You'll be fine.
He just finished playing the other one. Right, look at him, crushing it.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Who the is that?
Exactly.
That's why we chose it.
Bring me the horizon. Here we go. Okay. Let's get back to shit that I know. Okay.
Well, you're in luck because we're gonna do one more.
Here we go. Okay. What do you got?
So last time we gave you 30 Seconds to Mars, and clearly it wasn't difficult enough.
What the was that?
There it is, bro. He nailed it first take. The first
So,
pass.
Give me
got one
another
more
one?
that-
Oh, come on.
No. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
This Brandon guy is like really, he's a drum nerd. This is a great show. This is a great concept. And he understands, this Brandon brother here, he understands that he has greatness in the studio right now. Chad Smith, hands down, pound for pound, is probably the best drummer on the planet. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the chat. Tell me who's better than this man. It cannot be very many humans alive today better than Chad Smith.
Check this out.
So again, this is what he's listening to. It's a drumless track. This tune right here, bro, is out there. This thing is out there, guys. Did y'all hear that? I mean, it sounds like electronica kind of. It sounds like I like some really old school hip hop, you know, like the Art of Noise type thing. You know, you old heads know what I'm talking about. It's really out there. But right away, you know, Chad's on, he's on the hi-hat, he's keeping time. He's trying to figure out, okay, what time is this? And he's listening. Pay attention to how zoned in he is. Damn, right into it. Right into it. So most song structures will bring you in. You're gonna get the first verse, and then it's gonna normally repeat or go into the second verse. So boom, that's the end of the first verse. He's like, okay, he's playing it, still there. Like, all right, so he knows it's probably gonna roll right into the second verse after this little refrain thing here. This is where the refrain would be. It's like, okay, here we go, into the verse again now. All right, here we go. Now he's like, all right, something's gonna happen. He's like, all right, nothing happened there. So something's gonna happen in the next 4 bars. 3, coming up on bar 4. Something's gotta happen here. Something's gotta happen. And boom, he's right into it. He probably was expecting a bridge, no bridge. All right, we're back to the refrain. Cool. He knows what to play. Another couple bars of this. And then something's going to happen. This is what he's thinking. Like, all right, something's going to happen here. Coming up right now. And he's like, all right, nothing happened. All right, so just keep playing this. Probably going to be a bridge. It's going to be something, maybe a change, a key change. So he's doing it again. All right, another bar. Here we go. Now he's waiting on the change. Well, he went soft. He went soft. He's like, all right, no change, no bridge. It's gonna go soft, go around a little bit. Get the gong. Just right back to the verse. Verse 4. Really is ad-libs, probably. Well, something happen. Nothing's happening. So just gonna keep saying it. All right. Boom. And it just continues to run and run and run. He's like, all right, we're at the end of the song now. There's no time for a bridge. There's no time for a change. We're at the end of the song. Look at him. He's trying to figure it out. Like, hey, like, we're at the end. Kind of take a little jump solo there from this field. It's still the basic format from the very first bar. bam, money. So the whole time he was actively hearing. Someone like me, I am not a professional musician by any stretch of the imagination. I spend a lot of time in the studio. I can arrange some things. I've helped produce some things, but I am nowhere near this level. I'm nowhere near the level of the men who are in the sound booth. I'm nowhere near the level of Brother Chad Smith. But I do understand structure. I do understand music. And Chad listened to this whole thing and he was like, okay, for a fourth time, pretty basic. Okay, he got into the first verse. All right, cool. It's gonna be a refrain. Got to a little bit of refrain. Went into verse 2. He's playing that. Okay, and he's thinking it's gonna have to be something. It's probably gonna be a bridge coming up, or maybe a key change, maybe some sort of tempo change. You know what I mean? For a few measures, and then it'll go back to the original. None of that happened. But he was waiting on it. He was ready. And then he got towards the end. He's like, let me do a couple fills. A real mini drum solo, do a couple fills. And he's like, okay, that's the end of the song. That's the end of the song. So let's listen to what he had to say.
That wasn't so bad.
No. I mean, I don't know if that's the approach at all, but it just seemed kind of like a good tribal-y thing would go with that.
Yeah. So do you know the band or the song? You recognize who that was?
Ministry?
No, good guess. Bring Me the Horizon.
Who the fuck is that?
That's why we chose it. That's Matt Nichols on drums.
Okay.
And we'll play the original.
Let me hear what he did. Something.
Yeah.
Something good.
Boom, boom, ah. Do you see how fast Chad is able to pick up on exactly how the drum is played? He's listening, listening in, and he's like, okay, I see what this drummer is doing. And he's right there, and he realized, okay, this is very basic. Like Chef Tell used to say way back in the day, very simple, very easy. Chef Tell was like one of the first TV chefs that ever hit the networks way, way back in the day. We're talking about the late 70s, early 80s. Very simple, very easy, right? So that's what Chad's least thinking about it. I never formally played the drums. I'm a saxophonist. But in my band, I would always jump on the drums whenever chance I got and just have fun with them. I think for Christmas, I'm going to award myself some of those new electronic drums. Probably put the drum set right over there. I got the keyboards right over there. I got a big old TV up here I haven't used in 2 years. I bought it for my daughter to play video games on, and she plays video in her room. So probably gonna have to do something with that television set. I'm gonna set up the drums and everything. I'm gonna start messing around with the drums again. I doubt if I work on reading drum music. I don't know. I might. I'm just gonna start on just basic rolls and learning the rudiments and just kind of playing with the snare, having some fun, learning how to transition from snares to tom-toms and hit the cymbals. Just very basic stuff. I don't know why I told you guys that. I don't know. I was feeling it because someone watching Chad Smith play makes you want to go back and just beat on the drums. So yeah. That's Chad Smith. Let's get back to the last things he had to say about this. You can ride the crash on that. You can ride the hi-hat. I mean, you can ride, right? Plenty of room for fills in there if you want. You can go crazy with it, but it's just very, very simple, very easy. Yeah, I like what Chad does. I like that. Oh, did you hear that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, listen to that roll. Listen to that. Pop. Boom, boom. Pop. And right back to it. Any musicians out there, young or old, any musicians, you need to watch as much footage as you can find on Chad Smith, because all he's doing right here is jamming. This is the only way you get better. For anyone out there who plays the woodwinds, like I played the saxophone. I can mess around a little bit on the flute. If you play clarinet, if you play whatever, trombone, trumpet, what you want to do is play all of your scales, especially the chromatic scales. That's what you want to do. Because when it's time to solo, when they point to you and tell you to play for a few bars, right? That's what's going to get you there. And I tell everyone that listens, I'm like, hey, you know, young kids especially, play your scales, know your scales, know what notes go with what key, what, you know, so we're playing in B flat, or we're playing in D, we're playing in F, we're playing in whatever. Just know what notes to play, know what flat notes and what sharp notes are there. You're gonna have to know that. And then just play your scales. What was Chad doing just there? He was just playing, he was just doing drum rolls. He's kind of feeling, he's kind of going around doing this thing, going around. Where does that come from? That just comes from practicing the basics. And then you get out here and you jam with people and you just play. And this is the only way to get better. Now you can do what I'm saying and you can do this for the next 100 years. You still won't touch brother Chad here. Chad Smith is like I said, grandmaster, and it would take 2 lifetimes just to get to where he is right now. The only person I think even has a shot at reaching his level of skill is Nandi Bushell. I think she's the only one. And the reason I say that is because she's so young and she is so hungry to learn. There's an episode of Nandi and Chad. They're jamming, and he was teaching her things. So, and this was when she was like 9 or 10 or something like that. She's 13. I think she'll be 14 soon. If she continues to play and practice and work with people and jam at the level she's doing now, she has a shot of reaching his skill level within 25 to 30 years. If she stays hungry, if she stays on those drums, if she stays focused, it could happen. But man, that's a long time. But if she does it, she's the only person I've seen so far that has a chance of touching this brother right here. So anyway, that's all I got to say about this video right here. Let's listen to the last few words of Chad here, and then I'll wrap this up. Man, look at that. Boom, boom, pop.
I mean, that song definitely needs
a big gong to finish it out.
That's cool. I like that. What are they called? New Horizon? What?
Bring me the horizon.
Bring me the horizon.
Figure we give you one that was maybe a little bit less emo.
It's some kind of emo thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. What is that? Wait. Yeah, no, that was cool.
Nice.
And cool, like, I mean, the drums are huge sounding,
Yeah.
You know, that helps. But like, cool parts, like, yeah, well orchestrated. Yeah.
Do you find with the Chili Peppers, when you're coming up with parts, are they mostly coming up through just jamming, or are you orchestrating parts that you want to play on specific songs, or is it mostly just a jam?
When we come up with parts for Chili Peppers, a lot of it comes from improvisation.
And he gets into how they create with the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's really worth the listen. This will be posted in the descriptions below. So you guys, make sure you check this out. Shout out to Drumeo, man. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend himself, grand master musician, Chad Smith. And shout out to the internet. Shout out to YouTube. Without this technology, I never would have seen this. I had no idea the type of skill that Chad Smith possesses. And it was, man, it just, man, I want to get back into music. I want to just have fun with it. I'm not trying to make money. I love being creative. I can't wait to get back into it. That's what music does to you guys. So that's it. That's all I got to say for this DL short. You know, we try to keep them real short, but this one went a little bit long. Any comments, any concerns, anything like that, put them in the descriptions below. You musicians out there, bro, if you know of some really good musicians, especially drummers or whoever, vocalists, any kind of musician, yo, shoot me some links, man. Let me know so I can check them out. And I'm going to continue to talk about music because I just love it. I just love music. I'm going to continue to talk about music. And one of these days, I'm going to get my daughter to play her trombone. We're going to film a little bit of that. Maybe I'll get on the old keyboards and jam with her. Maybe I'll get on the drums and jam with her a little bit. So until next time, I'm DL Saint. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.